on a snowy night as a young woman gets a flat tire on an isolated stretch of road. She is approached by the driver of a school bus. He offers her help, though she insists she's fine. For a moment, she's left alone. But then, the driver returns with a hammer and forces his way into her car, smashing her several times in the head, before dragging her body back to his vehicle. When Joo-Yun awakes, she's wrapped in plastic in the driver's lair, begging him not to kill her. She tells him she's pregnant, but he ruthlessly cut her head. Her engagement ring rolls into a grate as the driver cleans up the mess. Unfortunately for the driver, he just murdered the fiance of Kim Soo-Hyun, an active agent in the National Intelligence Service. The search for his fiancée starts after part of her ear is found. After a long night of searching, they found her body parts one after the other, until they came across her head. As they were moving it, the man holding it falls, and her head rolls directly in front of Kim. As he stands in her funeral, he decides to go on a mission to find the killer, no matter what is the cost. His fiancé father is the head of police station. He gives Kim 4 possible suspects. He takes a tracker device from his friend, and he starts to hunt with the first suspect, while the suspect was watching porn and jerking off. Kim interrupts him as he trying to find out what the problem with his TV. Kim strangles him. Kim started interrogating the suspect, but he waved his head, denying everything. Kim got out and came back to strike him on his private area. The next day, the police found him in the hospital. He confessed to every crime he committed. Kim started hunting the second suspect. After Kim hits him with his car, he gets down and starts kicking him. After that, he do the same process, torturing, interrogating, and releasing. Kim goes back home frustrated. Because the suspect wasn't the killer, he go to bed, but can't sleep. He gets up and starts staring at the third suspect. At the same time, a woman missed the bus, and the serial killer invites her to give her a ride. 2 minutes later, he stopped the bus and got a water pipe from the back, and he started smashing her head. He take her body to his place to do the thing he most enjoys. He cuts her head with the execution guillotine. Kim go to the killer's house and ask about him acting as if he's insurance agent. His parents didn't know, but his son knew where he lived. Kim breaks into his house. After he breaks some locked drawers, he finds the victim's bags, bras, and shoes, but he doesn't find his fiance's belongings. He goes to the backyard, which is the slaughterhouse of our killer. The first thing he spots is his fiancée ring. The killer was working on the school bus, and the last student was sleeping alone. The bus driver takes her to an isolated place, and he handcuffed her. As he starts to rape her, he heard noises in the back. He goes to check, and suddenly, Kim appears. He runs towards Kim with a sickle in his hand, but Kim swiftly pulls it off and overpowers him. Kim starts to strangle him with plastic. After he passed out, Kim started smashing the killer's head on a rock. He takes a rock to smash his head, but Kim realizes that this is not painful enough. Kim shoveled a tracking device into the killer's throat, and before Kim left, he broke the killer's hand. The killer wakes up to find an envelope full of money. He started crying, laughing hysterically, realizing that this man is not here to kill him, but to torture him. He gets up and starts walking on the road, and Kim is tracking him from far away. He stopped a taxi After minutes, he stabbed both the driver and the passenger, carelessly leaving the car crashing. Kim arrived too late. After the killer visits a doctor, he starts harassing the secretary, forcing her to take her clothes off, one after the other. He starts to rape her, but Kim interferes. After Kim beat him, he slowly cut off one of the killer's foot's hook. As he screamed from pain, Kim kept on going. After Kim released him, he went to one of his serial killer's friends, whom he loved eating human flesh. Kim arrives and breaks into the house. At the same time, the human-eating killer was preparing his next meal. Kim interrupts him by turning off his music. They two fight, but Kim's vengeance is pushing him to have an upper hand. Kim was gonna cut this psychopath hand, but our bus driver hear the noise and come out with a shotgun. He shoot twice, but Kim quickly dodged it and changed his position. Kim swiftly comes out. He jump out from the window. He climbed back to the second floor, while the killers are preparing to get back at him. Kim gets in the room, and he pick up a pike. While Kim was waiting, the killer's wife attacked him from behind. The human-eater psychopath attacked Kim with a knife, but Kim quickly overpowered him. Kim started hitting him with the pike in the head. The bus driver, getting up from the stairs slowly, Kim throws a hunting hooks on the ground and hides inside. The bus driver walks quickly towards Kim, and he steps on the hooks. Kim quickly run into him and started hitting him in the head. Inside of Kim, there is a struggle to keep torturing this killer or to kill him right now. He keeps hitting him desperately, knowing that nothing can bring her back. Kim takes the killer to clinic, and he talks with his friend about the tracker device. Kim checks if he can hear them, but he was asleep. But he was faking. Kim released him again. He goes to a pharmacy and takes some medicine that will get rid of the device. Kim hear him and drive fast towards him. But it was too late. Kim tracked him, but he already got the device out of his body. When Kim arrived, it was too late. The killer put the device on another person. Kim realizes he made a big mistake. Meanwhile, the killer calls the police, telling them that he will turn himself in. Kim gives the human-eating psychopath a visit. He laughs as Kim asks about the place the killer would be in. He laughs and tells him, "You missed with the wrong person. He killed your bitch, and now he will kill your entire family, and after he's done, he will turn himself in." Kim gets very angry. He grabs the psychopath by his mouth, and he opens it wide open. Kim drives fast to his fiancé father. He calls him. At the same time, the killer knocked the door. Kim's fiancé father decided to open the door instead of answering the call. Kim kept driving fast towards him. Inside the house, the father was almost dead. The killer kept smashing his head. The doorbell rings, and it's Kim's fiancé's sister. He attacked her. Kim arrived at the house, but the police were all over the place. After he entered the house, he found his fiancé father, half dead. The killer calls him and tells him, "Who do you think had won?" After he raped and killed Kim's fiancé's sister, while the killer was heading to the police station, he arrives and steps out of the car. While Kim is after him, he broke his car door and drive directly at the killer. Kim spins the car in a dramatic moment. He pulls him into the car, and he takes off. Kim drives him back to his own slaughterhouse. He ties him into his beloved execution guillotine. Kim admits that he made a priceless mistake.
이제부터 걸맞게 대접해줄게.
Kim stabbed him in his mouth.
난 네가 죽은 후에도 고통스러웠으면 좋겠다.
Kim left the place, leaving the killer tied to a rope that will release the execution guillotine on his head as soon as the door opens. As Kim was leaving and listening to the killer family arrived. The killer tries so hard to keep the door closed, but his family was trying to open it. As they keep pushing the door, it happens, and his head rolls into his family. Kim finally got the revenge he was looking for, but after what? He realized that he lost long time ago when his pregnant fiance was killed. Nothing can bring her back.